Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. Tonight is, as I broadcast this is Christmas Eve, and I'm going to be, I've made a selection that, something I picked up in San Diego. As I said when I bought it at the time, this one's just for Papa, and there's a good reason for that. It was $33 for a 25-ounce bottle. But normally I would share something like this, but these two I decided were just for me. There'll be another one from the same series. It's the Stone Berlin Groundbreaking Collaboration Series. And this is the Zuper Magik W00tstout. And I've had W00tstout before, but not the Zuper Magik here. As you can see, this is a cork bottle. So, she'll get that in on there. Drew Curtis, Greg Cook, and Will Wheaton all collaborated on this. I looked on Untapped. So far, this only has 431 rankings total, giving it a 4.03 cumulative score. 0 of my friends have checked it in. And it says, collective brain power produced the idea to go nuts and add almonds, hazelnuts, and pecans and used German whiskey barrels. So, yeah, $33 for this. It is 10.1 ABV. And where is it? Yeah, here we go. 25.4. Sorry, Nancy's laptop is making some noise. 25.4 ounces for this. So, anyway, I say it's time to unkey this bad boy. And I hope, as I do this, I hope everybody out there is having a good holiday. And let's, all right, got Nancy's coffee mug, and I'm going to start pouring this. Get this up into the camera so you can see. That is some serious head that I have there, huh? Alright. Actually, what does it say here? Glassware. It says a snifter. So, hang on. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my snifter. Okay, back, and I've got it in. I didn't have a snifter, so I put it in my goblet from New Belgium. Gonna let the head come down a bit. Trick I learned a while back is it works better with carbonated beverages like sodas and whatnot, but if you stick your finger directly in it, it'll help it break down the head some. Okay, let's bring this to the nose and see what we got. Well, I'm smelling the nut profile. I'd say the pecan is what shines through more than the hazelnut and the almonds, although I do smell both of those. The pecan is definitely the dominant of the nut smells. Getting malt, actually, getting a lot of malt on this. I'm not sure if it'll say what malts they used on here. Nope, doesn't say what malts they have. Also in the series, this is 7 of 14. This is a specialty imperial stout with a 10.1 ABV. But no, it does not say, does not give the malt profile. As this gets a little more air to it, it's getting kind of the alcohol smell. But what I've been noticing lately is that alcohol smell does not necessarily mean alcohol burn. So let's. I'm looking forward to this, and I was going to put, as you saw, I was going to put this in the mug, but it says a snifter, and if a goblet's the closest thing you got to a snifter, then use a goblet, as I did. So cheers. That's a good beer. Right away, I get a chocolatey profile there is an alcohol burn. It's very much nasal. Um, would describe that as a medium-low mouthfeel. Yeah, medium-low mouthfeel, a little bit of spikiness, but there is the alcohol burn. I mean, I feel it. I do think this is the kind of beer that actually needs a little bit of air getting to it. I'm tasting some of the nuts. I gotta say that the nuts came through more on the bouquet than they did the flavor. Although I'm getting sort of a nuts in the aftertaste. I'm also it's the kind of beer that makes me wish that I had some pipe tobacco. In fact, I don't know that I have any at all, but I'm probably gonna. I may have to go to the store and get some, because this is just that. This is just that good. It's definitely a sipping beer. I'm thinking about maybe taking the rest of that to work tomorrow and drinking that at work. Let's see how much I have left. Yeah, I'm thinking about. I'm going to do that. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that with me to work, and that's going to be my. I'm going to drink that in lieu of coffee. Actually, no. I'm broadcasting this on Christmas Eve. I'm not working Christmas Day, so let me rephrase that. But I am going to take the rest of that to work and drink that. Okay, now see. What I really taste, honestly, is the whiskey barrels in which this was aged. So much so that I almost wonder if there wasn't some whiskey left in those barrels. This is very whiskey flavored. I've never had Jameson's cask mates, but I think this and Jameson cask mates would make a hell of, and the naturally Bailey's would make for a hell of a Irish car bomb. Getting back to this beer, though, it doesn't have a particularly complex flavor profile. I wish I could give you more notes. There's the nuts come through on the aftertaste, and it's just a nut profile. You don't really get the. I wouldn't say I was able to distinguish the nuts that are in this, but I'm feeling the 10.1 in my nasal passages. I'm getting the alcohol burn, and so I'm going to be giving this probably a 4.0. I will say this though, guys. I'll say this: $33 for this bottle, and while it's good, I don't know that it's worth it. I really don't. Every once and again, when you spend big money on a bottle, it's worth it. But I tell you what, I like this. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I spent the money on this. But some of the other more expensive stuff that I bought, honestly, I wish I'd used the same money and bought more of the cheaper stuff to bring back. So, but anyway, this is good beer. This is something, like I said, I picked up in Escondido. This is supposed to be only available in Escondido, of course. You know, I brought that stuff back for Tony, and within a week of being back, there it was sitting on Total's shelves. The Stygian Black IPA. So I'm hoping that the Chocoveza that I sent to Indiana for Chris doesn't end up on shelves, you know, within the next week or two. But anyway, getting back to this beer, I feel like I've not been very focused. A little bit of time for the air to hit this, and It's powerful. It's alcohol. Um, there's there's like I said, there's the nut profile. Nuts and whiskey are what I taste mostly, and then an overall stout flavor. So that's truly what I taste. I taste stout. I taste nuts in the aftertaste, and I taste stout and whiskey in the taste, and nuts in the aftertaste. So all in all, a good beer. I don't know that I'm going to buy another one for $33, but still a good beer. So until next time, drink good beer, even if it's not cheap. And cheers. Oh yes, and Merry Christmas, everybody. It is Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas, everyone.